Good evening. Welcome to the 2017 National Honor Society induction. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now please welcome Andrew Crean and Isabel Solon for the singing of our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Now please welcome Molly Cochran, School Committee Chairperson.
Good evening, students, families, teachers, Ms. Miller, Dr. Rizzi, other administrators, and my fellow school committee members. On behalf of the Stoughton School Committee, I am so pleased to be able to address you tonight and to offer our congratulations to these students and their families on this very important occasion. To begin with, I do want to recognize and extend special thanks to Ms. Rischioni and Ms. Kelly for their work with the National Honor Society. These are two remarkable teachers that we're very fortunate to have. For the families here tonight, this is a culmination of years of work and dedication and devotion. It was your unwavering love and support that allowed these students to flourish. For the teachers who have been singled out for special honor tonight, this is a time for acknowledgement of your commitment and your ability to connect with and to inspire students. Now, the students who have been chosen for this recognition are those who have somehow, despite the digital distractions of 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, have chosen to actually make the most of their educational experience. They have seized upon the many opportunities this school district provides, following a challenging academic curriculum and throwing themselves wholeheartedly into the many extracurricular activities, music, art, athletics, and other clubs. Their activism and their enthusiasm has enriched their school and the community as a whole. They have proven themselves to be leaders, some perhaps quiet leaders, but leaders all the same, and to be good citizens who are concerned with others. They have made an impact and they have become role models. It was a long and perhaps a winding road to get to where they are today. These students made good choices and kept on the path of exploration and personal enrichment. And at each step, there were nurturing and dedicated teachers and coaches who motivated the students and whose passion for learning helped them to blossom. So tonight we pause in the lives of these very busy students to mark their journey and to celebrate this milestone. Students, your achievements have made it all worthwhile. We're very proud to call you Stoughton's own.
Now please welcome Superintendent of Stoughton Public Schools, Dr. Margaret Rizzi.
National Honor Society inductees, NHS members, parents, relatives, friends, teachers, welcome all of you to this wonderful ceremony. Tonight, we honor and recognize your academic achievements, as well as your contributions to the school and greater community that you have made. Each of you has been chosen out of a very competitive field because you have demonstrated excellence in not one, but numerous ways. Even though you're still very young, you've made more positive impact on the world around you than some people will do in a lifetime. General George Patton once said, "Always do more than is required of you." This simple concept is one of the important keys to success in life, and something that even now, all of you already know, or you wouldn't be here tonight. You already have the characteristics to be successful, however you choose to define that. We at the Stoughton Public Schools, we wish you continued success, fulfillment, and happiness. I hope that this honor that you've earned and will receive tonight will help you to achieve more of what you want in the future. Congratulations.
Now please welcome Principal of Stoughton High School, Juliet Miller.
Welcome. Good evening to Stoughton High School parents, guardians, Stoughton School Committee members, Superintendent of Schools Dr. Rizzi, faculty, staff, fellow administrators, honored guests, our esteemed teacher honoree, Mr. John Galvin, our National Honor Society co-advisors, Ms. Ruscioni and Ms. Kelly, current National Honor Society members, and of course the 2017 inductees. What a great night to be the principal of Stoughton High School. It is a privilege to participate in this ceremony every year. Tonight, the school bestows one of the highest all-around awards on you, the inductees. The National Honor Society has been recognizing outstanding student achievement since 1921. Being a member of National Honor Society is a distinction that holds significance throughout a student's academic life and beyond. As I look at the current members and the inductees, I'm reminded of the purpose of the National Honor Society: to create enthusiasm for scholarship, to stimulate a desire to render service, to promote leadership, and to develop character in the students. Each of you have given leadership each of you have given countless hours of service, held leadership positions at school, in sports, or through other organizations. You have shown yourself to be resourceful, positive, courteous, enthusiastic, dependable, and persons who exemplify positive attitudes about life. You are cooperative, demonstrate high standards of honesty and reliability, show courtesy, concern, and respect for others. Most impressive of all, you do all this while shouldering a full load of classes and maintaining the highest academic performance. Stoughton High School's mission is to foster the development of responsible citizens who value high academic expectations, diversity, and excellence. It is clear that each of you is a model for our mission. Tonight we recognize you for the scholars and leaders you are. Membership into the National Honor Society will provide you with the activities and opportunities for you to reach your full potential in school and in life after school. Thank you for your contributions to the school community, and congratulations on your induction to the Stoughton High School chapter of the National Honor Society.
Now please welcome Mr. John Galvin for our keynote address.
I'd like to start by thanking Ms. Kelly and Ms. Ruscioni and the National Honor Society for inviting me to speak tonight. Hopefully you won't regret it. Just a little bit of background information, in case you don't know me. My name is John Galvin. I am the director of the History and Social Sciences Department here at Stoughton High School. Along with my other classes, I teach one section of Advanced Placement American History, I coach the varsity boys basketball team, and I've worked in this school system for 32 years. 32 years, 2 months, and 8, almost 9 days. But who's counting? I know you're probably thinking, wow, he's kind of a big deal. I'm also the director of the summer school program here at Stoughton High School. Oh wait, wrong crowd? Of the 59 students being honored here tonight, I have had the pleasure of teaching or coaching 45 out of 59. I'm sorry, 46 out of 59. That's pretty good. That statistic might be a little misleading though, because I've taught 45 of 59, I've coached 1. So shout out to Justin Lee. Thank you for representing the basketball team tonight. 15 years ago, in November of 2002, I stood on this same stage and spoke to a similar group of National Honor Society students. Since that time, a lot has changed. The world has changed, and yet, in some ways, it hasn't. Students, in general, have changed, and yet, you're still the same. Education, the world of education, has been turned upside down, and yet, in some ways, sometimes it's still the same. I kind of wish I had a copy of that speech from 15 years ago, because it would have saved me a lot of time last night. But I do remember a little bit about that night. I remember there was a real sense of excitement in the room at being at a National Honor Society induction ceremony. I remember how excited my mother was. I was kind of in, this is confession time, I was kind of an indifferent high school student, and I had never been invited to anything that involved the words honor or national or society. So I invited my mom 15 years ago, and she was all excited, and she sat up in the back left-hand corner, and when I announced that she was here, she got a nice round of applause, and, you know, well, guess who's back tonight? 15 years ago, they fell for her too. You guys just fell for it. Keep up. Not to get off subject here, but it kind of makes you wonder how Mr. McLean beat me for funniest teacher in the yearbook facility. Really? But I do remember some things that actually happened that night. I remember in my speech, which I don't have a copy of, I remember trying, but probably not accomplishing, my goal of making students aware of the problem, the danger of too much of a good thing. And my topic that night was nationalism. And the reason I was talking about nationalism is it was 2002, and we were 14 months out from the attacks of 9/11. And the war on terror had begun, and America had just, we had just passed the Patriot Act, which was pretty controversial, and Americans from all different walks of life and different parts of the ideological spectrum were arguing the merits or detractions of it. So it was a, it was a tough time. I remember trying to point out the danger of too much nationalism by using examples that some of my students might have remembered from class, like the Alien and Sedition Acts of the 1790s, or the Palmer raids and the Red Scare of the early 1900s, the Japanese internments during World War II, or McCarthyism in the 1950s.